Amid the ongoing border tensions with China, the Modi government has made it amply clear that forces are free to open fire if they're under any threat. The centre said that field commanders of the army are free to take any tactical calls. Sources have told us that if lives of soldiers are in danger and firing is the only option for self-defence, then no protocol needs to be followed. That's not all. The centre has also granted emergency funds to the armed forces for war preparedness. The defence forces can now buy any weapon system under 500 crore rupees in consultation with the Department of Military Affairs when they feel the requirement for war fighting or are short of any inventory. Now, the three forces have already started preparing a list of weapons and equipment that they need and can procure in the shortest possible time. This comes after Defence Minister Rajnath Singh met the three service chiefs as well as the Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, yesterday. And India today has also accessed the most detailed account of what happened on June 15th, which is the date when the brutal Galwan clash happened. And what we've learned is that it wasn't just one clash, but three separate ones. We have the exclusive details of all the three brawls that took place. And that's not all. We also have information that the Chinese troops our soldiers had confronted were not the regular troops that were usually deployed at the line of actual control. Let's break it down for you. The detailed sequence of events that's been accessed by Shivarur.
Amid the tense India-China standoff, on 14th of June, troops of 17 Bihar Regiment witnessed an unusual sight. A Chinese post on the Indian side, which both countries had agreed to remove, had sprang up again. The commanding officer, Colonel Santosh Babu, led a team of around 35 men at 7 p.m. on June 15th to take it up with the Chinese forces, many of whom he knew given the series of recent interactions. But a surprise was waiting for the Indian forces. In place of the familiar Chinese troops, there were new faces, belligerent and aggressive. The troops from a PLA team diverted from Tibet manhandled and abused the Indian colonel. The accompanying Jawans hit back, leading to a fist fight. This was the first brawl. The Chinese were soon overpowered after a 30-minute fight and the post was burned to ashes. While the apprehended Chinese troops were being brought back to India, a larger contingent of PLA personnel ambushed the Indian team near ridge on the banks of the Galwan river. Large stones began to land on the Indian troops at around 9 p.m. One such stone hit the colonel on his head and he fell into the river. What followed was a 45 minutes of savage face-off. Over 300 men fighting one another. The Chinese used metal spike clubs and barbed wire weapons. Many soldiers from both sides either fell into the river or were seriously hurt. The colonel's body was soon recovered as both sides retrieved the dead and the hurt. The Indian side also heard the hum of a Chinese night vision drone possibly hunting for survivors. As more troops rushed in from both sides, the third brawl started at around 11 p.m. Many soldiers from both sides again fell into the freezing Galwan river amid violent fistfight. Soon both the weary sides fell silent. What followed was an exchange of dead and injured troops, which was not a prisoner swap. The Indian side returned around 16 dead Chinese soldiers, including 5 officers after the third brawl. A day broke the situation was handed over to the major generals of both sides for de-escalation.
Colonel Babu led from the front. Despite being grievously injured, he refused to be evacuated and continued to motivate his men to ensure that the Chinese were pushed beyond Patrol Point 14. His selfless valor inspired his soldiers to ensure that the Chinese were evicted from Indian territory. With cameraman Kripal Singh in Ladakh, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
And Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will be visiting Moscow today to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the victory in the Second World War. Now, the victory parade, which was originally scheduled for 9th May, was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The visit comes at a time when India and China are involved in a bitter border standoff. This will be the first overseas trip by, in fact, a Union Cabinet Minister since the nationwide lockdown that was imposed due to coronavirus. Sources say that Rajnath Singh may raise the China issue with his Russian counterpart Sergei Shoigu And on June 23rd, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will participate in the Russia-India-China Foreign Ministers virtual meet. Insiders say that the border tension could be one of the focus points at this trilateral. And this morning, let's also get you all the latest political reactions that is coming on the India-China border standoff. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi is leading from the front for the Congress, attacking Prime Minister Modi on the clashes for the fifth straight day on Sunday. Taking to Twitter, Rahul raked up Chinese incursions at Pangong Tso Lake, quoting our sister channel Aaj Tak's report in his tweet on satellite images showing Chinese structures along the line of actual control. He also accused the Prime Minister of surrendering to China over Ladakh. BJP chief JP Nadu slammed the Congress, saying that even God is not with them. Meanwhile, Makal Nidhi Mayam chief Kamal Hassan also launched a blistering attack at the Prime Minister, accusing him of manipulating the people of India emotionally. The actor and politician also said that asking questions from the Prime Minister or his office was not an anti-national act.
न वहां कोई हमारी सीमा में घुस आया है, न ही कोई घुसा हुआ है, न ही हमारी कोई पोस्ट किसी दूसरे के कब्जे में है.
Days after Prime Minister Modi claimed there was no incursion along the line of actual control, political slugfest continues over the Galwan clashes. The Prime Minister's office on Saturday clarified that the soldiers of 16 Bihar Regiment foiled Chinese attempts to set up structures on our side of LAC. Congress MP from Wayanad Rahul Gandhi quoted a news article on Twitter calling the PM "Surrender Modi." Congress leader Kapil Sibal has asked 5 questions to Modi government on the Galwan face-off. Isn't Prime Minister's statement offensive to supreme sacrifice of Colonel B. Santosh and 19 Jawans? Is it not correct that China has committed brazen transgressions into Galwan Valley? Despite satellite images depicting Chinese intrusion in Pangong Tso, why is government in denial? Why did Prime Minister tell all-party meet that no one intruded into our territory? Why is PM denying own defense minister an MES statement on Chinese bid to set up structures in Galwan?
प्रधानमंत्री जी, आपने ऐसी बात क्यों कही? क्योंकि वो जो आप कह रहे हैं वही तो चीन कह रहा है. इसका आप स्पष्टीकरण दीजिए. चीन इसका फायदा उठा रहा है. अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे चीन यही कहेगा कि जो प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा है वही तो हम कह रहे हैं.
Soon the BJP launched a stinging counter at Rahul Gandhi, demanding apology over his comments.
जब से चाइना और इंडिया के बीच में तनाव पैदा हुआ है, राहुल गांधी कोई दिन ऐसा नहीं है जिस दिन भारत का और भारत के प्रधानमंत्री का अपमान नहीं करते हैं. जिस तरह की भाषा उन्होंने बोली, उसके लिए उनको माफी मांगनी चाहिए.
MOS Home G. Kishan Reddy hurled Shehzada jibe at Rahul, alleging that he has an affinity to everything that goes against the country. The Congress, looking to pin the government on the China issue, was hoping to get support in all-party meet. However, found itself isolated as some of its own allies like Sharad Pawar and Shiv Sena seemed to toe the government line. While many grave questions still remain unanswered on what happened on the night of 15th June, what ensued for over 8 hours, why didn't our armed men use their arms? However, right now the face-off brewing back home is more political than factual. Bureau Report, India Today.
And this morning, let's get you the latest updates on the number of coronavirus cases in India. This is the data that's been put out by the Health Ministry. Looking at the overall picture first, the confirmed cases in India now stands at 4,10,461, with the death toll nationwide at 13,254. Let's also tell you the 3 worst affected states in the country. Maharashtra has the most number of cases with 1,28,205 cases of coronavirus. The death toll currently at 5,984. Over to Tamil Nadu, the second worst affected state, where the number of confirmed cases is currently 56,845, with the death toll at 704. In Delhi, the confirmed cases currently stands at 56,746, with the death toll in the national capital currently at 2,112. So those are the latest numbers that's been put out by the Health Ministry. Let's focus first on what's happening in the national capital, where Home Minister Amit Shah has in fact taken charge. Essentially, he's been holding a series of meetings, and on Sunday as well, he met with the Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal as well as Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to discuss the COVID situation. Now, in the meeting, measures to scale up contact tracing as well as improving medical services were discussed. Recommendations made by VK Paul committee were also discussed. The committee proposed fresh delineation of containment zones, strict monitoring, aggressive contact tracing as well as quarantining. It was decided that a serological survey which was conducted, which will be conducted after this between June 27 to July 10th in Delhi, wherein samples of 20,000 people will be tested. The meeting was held on a day when Delhi recorded 3,000 new cases and 63 deaths. With this, total cases in the capital is nearing the 60,000 mark. Delhi government, meanwhile, has also revised home quarantine rules. All new COVID-19 patients will now be referred to COVID care centres, where they will be offered home isolation option depending on assessment of clinical conditions. And Delhi has also started antigen-based testing for people living in and around containment zones. The move assumes significance as it also boosts Delhi's testing capacity at a time when COVID cases are on the rise. 169 centres for antigen-based testing have been set up across Delhi. There's also a plan to test around 6 lakh people using this method.
In a bid to scale up COVID testing, the Delhi government is conducting rapid antigen testing in and around containment zones. The exercise began on Thursday and result of the people undergoing tests is declared within 30 minutes, compared to a day taken in the RT-PCR test.
जो उसका जो रिजल्ट है वो बड़ा जल्दी आता है. वैसे जो रूटीन में जो टेस्ट हो रहे थे पहले उसमें करीब 2 दिन हमें लगते थे रिजल्ट आने में. इसमें विदिन हाफ एन आवर आपको रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा. तो उससे जो टेस्टिंग हमारी जो एक तो जो ड्यूरेशन है रिजल्ट का वो काफी कम हो जाएगा और हमारी जो टेस्टिंग स्पीड है वो बढ़ जाएगी.
The central government plans to conduct 6 lakh rapid antigen tests at 169 facilities set up across Delhi. People having mild symptoms or no symptoms at all can get themselves tested.
6 लाख लोगों का टेस्टिंग दिल्ली में होगा. उसमें लगभग 169 सेंटर्स में ये टेस्टिंग होगा. अगर कोरोना पॉजिटिव है तो उसका रिजल्ट भी आधा घंटे के अंदर मिलेगा. उसका ठीक तरीके से ट्रीटमेंट भी होगा.
Antigen test in comparison to existing diagnostic tests gives result in less time, doesn't require specialized staff or a laboratory setting and are many times cheaper.
कहीं और टेस्ट करवाने का सोचा था आपने कि यहीं पर आए, यहाँ पे टेस्ट मुफ्त भी हो रहा है?
नहीं, मुफ्त भी हो रहा है और यहाँ पे इजीली हो भी गया है. और जगह हम गाजियाबाद से आए हैं. गाजियाबाद में कहीं हमें कुछ मिला नहीं.
पहले आपने यहाँ टेस्ट करवाने की क्यों सोची? कहीं प्राइवेट में गई थी आप?
पहले प्राइवेट में गए थे. प्राइवेट में बहुत महंगा है, इसीलिए हम यहाँ आए.
The testing period involves looking for antibodies which are produced when the body is exposed to a pathogen.
This is how Delhi is doing its bit to check for community transmission of the coronavirus. The testing capacity is also ramping up. This particular center used to do about 60 to 70 tests, but now per day more than 500 tests is what the target is after the introduction of the antigen-based test. With Anil Jaiswal in New Delhi, this is Milan Sharma for India Today.
Let's also get your updates from Maharashtra. The city of Mumbai continues to remain the worst affected city by coronavirus. In fact, while chawls and slums in Mumbai are witnessing a dip in the number of cases, and that's positive news, it's really the high rises now that are facing high risk. Mustafa Sheikh gets you this ground report from Mumbai.
In India's worst COVID-hit city, a new pattern is emerging. While chawls and slums, which were once the COVID hot zones, have brought the spread under control. It is the posh areas that are witnessing increase in number of coronavirus cases. Tanhi Heights on Mumbai's plush Nepean Sea Road was declared a containment zone on June 19th. The building has 19 active cases.
We are outside Tanhi Heights in Nepean Sea Road where 19 positive cases are being found, and these are not the residents but the house helps, the drivers, gardener of the working in this building. So the staff which is coming or the people who are going out for the workplace during the times of unlock has now emerged as a concern for the BMC to control the rising COVID cases in the flats and housing societies of Mumbai.
Lok Everest Society in Mumbai's Mulund is facing a similar crisis, where 6 cases have been reported since June 8. Civic body officials believe the numbers in the high-rises are increasing as people started going to offices and domestic helps resume work.
जब तक अनलॉक नहीं था ना तभी हमारे पास एक भी केस नहीं था. आफ्टर अनलॉक बढ़े बिकॉज ज़्यादा लोग बाहर आ रहे थे वॉकिंग के लिए. शुरू के 2-3 दिन तो लाइक इट वाज वी फाउंड कि कपल ऑफ देम आर नॉट विथ मास्क ऑल्सो. बीएमसी ना लाइक सी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्या है जैसे कि वी हैव टू मैनेज दिस थिंग ना, तो वी डोंट हैव अ क्लियर गाइडलाइंस. दैट इज द मेन ड्रॉबैक.
BMC officials are addressing housing societies via video conferencing. They have advised societies to conduct screening of houses helps and not to allow those coming from containment zones.
स्क्रीनिंग करना है, जो मेड्स आ रहे हैं वो सोसाइटी में ध्यान रखना चाहिए, वो कंटेनमेंट जोन में से नहीं आना चाहिए. जो एसी रिपेयरिंग, प्लम्बर्स, इलेक्ट्रिशियन जो कोई आ रहे हैं, देयर शुड बी दिस थिंग कि आप स्क्रीनिंग करो, उनका टेस्टिंग लो और वो हिसाब से बाहर जाना, अंदर आना, उसके बाद डिसइंफेक्ट करो. The housing societies now say that if they are being roped in by the BMCs and given the responsibility of maintaining distance and other precautions in the housing societies, there should also be clear guidelines which should be issued to the housing societies, which can be shown to the residents and help and cooperate in controlling these cases. With camera person Mangesh Ambal, Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai for India Today.
Now, Tamil Nadu saw the biggest single-day spike in COVID cases even as 4 districts have been placed under lockdown. The state has reported 2,532 new cases and 53 deaths on Sunday. As per the Health Ministry website, there are over 56,800 cases in the state, while the death toll stands at 704. Chennai alone accounts for more than 50% of the new cases in Tamil Nadu, with 1,500 cases in the city. This despite the fact that Chennai and 3 other districts, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram and Chengalpet, have been under complete lockdown till June 30th. So as we just told you, there's a complete lockdown in Chennai, with restaurants and eateries also remaining shut. But the Amma canteens, very popular in the city, they continue to remain open to serve free food for people.
It's a complete lockdown in Chennai and the 3 neighbouring districts of Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram and Chengalpet. Food joints, eateries, restaurants all remain shut except for the Amma Unavagam, and you can see scores of people who have come here to the Amma canteen to get their food. Now, police also have been coming here to ensure people maintain social distancing, ensure everyone's wearing a mask. There is no eating in, dining in at the Amma canteens. People have been asked to come, get a parcel and leave. Everyone been asked to maintain social distancing, go up to the counter, get their meal and leave. Now, the Amma canteens across Chennai, Kanchipuram, Tiruvallur and Chengalpet have been giving free food to those who need it. They can come in here, they can get their rice and they can leave. That's how it's been functioning for breakfast, lunch and dinner. There are 407 Amma canteens in Chennai, and across the other 3 districts as well, the corporations have been serving free food in the Amma canteens. With video journalist Divin Rajkumar, this is Shalini Lobo in Chennai for India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.